When somebody does something and it doesn't make sense, like James Safechuck who's suing the estate of Michael Jackson for $1 billion, a great answer is always follow the money. Look at the money, look at the lack of money, and very often you will uncover the true motive of something. So in 2014, out of nowhere, it was revealed that James had joined Wade Robson's lawsuit against the deceased King of Pop, alleging sexual abuse and seeking a king's ransom and damages. So what caused this former Michael defender to suddenly want to sue? Well, something happened in 2013, which may be the reason why he decided to jump on the Robson $1 billion lie, and it involves his parents being sued and facing the poorhouse. So a little backstory. The Safechuck family were always in the garbage business. They've made a living collecting trash. That's what they did. They're even doing this when they met Michael Jackson. So their company, called Suing Inc., which traded as Anderson Rubbish Disposal, was a business venture between James's parents and a man named Charles Anderson. Hence the name of the business, Anderson Rubbish Disposal. Mr. Anderson somehow convinced his sisters, Rhonda and Lorraine, to invest in this business. And as shareholders, they used to get a portion of the profits and they used this money to get by. They depended upon this money. This was their income as senior citizens. But then on May 1, 2010, these sisters got the shock of their life. They received a letter stating that they were no longer going to get paid. Nada, zilch. The company would keep all of the money for, well, whatever they want. Too bad, so sad if you don't agree with this. You're just a minority shareholder. Doesn't matter, you're also family, you're getting screwed over. No more money. Now, from what I understand reading the court papers, the Safechucks and Mr. Anderson turned around and offered to buy their share of the company at a grossly unfair price. So they pretty much wanted to screw these two sisters over. But it gets worse. These two sisters got a huge tax bill. The tax man said, well, this company made this much money, and you two as shareholders owe us tax on that. But how can they pay tax out of money they didn't get? So this all occurred in 2010, and the lawsuit is 2013, meaning these Safechucks and Mr. Anderson, they didn't bend. They didn't pay these two sisters what they were owed. So in 2013, they lawyer up, and they sue their own brother as well as the Safechucks. And they don't sue for a little. This is a huge lawsuit. They sue for a grand total of $840,086. The lawsuit also mentions James's mother Stephanie, who is named as a co-conspirator, who with James and Mr. Anderson knowingly and willfully conspired and agreed amongst themselves to breach the fiduciary. So now James's parents in 2013 are facing financial ruin. If this company of theirs goes belly up, what will they do? What kind of family that's known nothing more than the trash business their whole lives do to make money? Well, this Wade Robson guy, his lawyers have already contacted James. And they say they're suing for $1 billion, and if things go well and they get an out-of-court settlement, well, forget ever having to work again, forget entering the lottery. This is going to be a huge jackpot. We're talking about a check for millions of dollars at the very least. So James is facing the prospect of his parents becoming dirt poor. Perhaps, who knows, he'd have to end up letting them move in with him. James doesn't want that, would you? You probably saw how his mother behaved on leaving Netherlands. Would you want her moving in with you? So James's back is against the wall. His parents probably asked him for a loan or money for this lawsuit. And as he knows, they're not great paying back loans. They defaulted on paying back Michael Jackson on their home loan, which he gave them because they said that their business was struggling in the 1980s. And Michael, he got so fed up asking for this money, he just wiped the debt. Not worth the mental anguish, he thought. Which they then later turned around and said, oh, you paid us off. That's what grifters do. So in 2013, James needed to make a call. It's either mom and dad moving back in or putting up his hand for a big MJ payday. He put up his hand.